There's a new mastering console plugin on the block, emulated from the one-of-one mastering console at Safari HQ, Noam's own mastering console. And Noam and the rest of the Safria Pedals team have decided to create this unique one-of-one console into a plugin for us all to use at home. Now, it looks like it's rich with features and flexibility, and as always, the Safria Pedal GUI is on point, but does it sound good? Well, that's what I'm gonna find out in this video. So let's jump over to the desk. I'll give you a breakdown of the plugin and all of its features, and then we'll have a listen to how it sounds. All right, guys, cool. So before we get started, if you could do me a massive favor, hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, because I'm releasing videos like this weekly and a bunch of other great content coming your way very, very soon. If you have any questions about the plugin or are interested in me reviewing some other stuff or doing some other techniques, please leave them in the comments below. But enough of that, let's get into the video. So as you can see here, I have the plugin loaded up here. It's called Noam's Mastering Console and it's by Safria Pedals. As you can see, it's got a really nice GUI, as they always do, from Safria Pedals. You know, in comparison to a lot of the Safria Pedals plugins, there's a bit more going on with this one. What we got here at the top side of things, obviously we have our on and on switch. We have a bunch of presets loaded up that we can do, but we're going to keep it default for now. We also have auto gain, which is really nice, which will obviously just bring it back to linear, so we can like A/B and test like without any like gain pushing and stuff like that, so we can really hear what the plugin's doing. And then we have oversampling as well, and then we have a mix blend here, so we can, you know, run the whole plugin in parallel if we want to. Here we have a nice like top and tail EQ, high cut and low cut, which is nice, from 20 hertz just to, which is great for mastering, making sure that any little artifacts and problematic frequencies don't get printed to the final master. So it's going to translate well on, you know, all DSPs and phones and things like that, etc. So you can turn these on and then set obviously your the curve of the EQ here, you know, how steep you want the EQ to be, which is nice. And then you have an input gain. Then over here, we have the saturation filter, which we'll take a listen to in a minute. So here we can obviously do the cut. So where the saturation filter is going to start from 100 hertz, 300 hertz, 450, etc. Same here, 16K, 5K, 3K, I take it, and then flat. And then obviously you have how much saturation you're driving in. And then you have a mix knob here as well, which is really nice to have. And then a level, so you can really like push it out and get, you know, that tube feeling and that grit and, you know, a bit more power out of the saturation and really push the gear, because obviously this is an emulation of a real piece of hardware, a one-of-one, as I said in the intro, from the Safria Pedals HQ. It's the mastering console that Noam uses himself for all of his work. Center console, obviously you have these meterings. That's going to be your how hot your input is, and then that's obviously when you switch down, it's going to switch to how hot your output is, which is nice to have. And then here we have a EQ section, so it's just a simple shelf, high end and low end, boost or cut. We'll take a listen to how that sounds. And then we have the MX matrix here, which is going to be, I guess, a sort of like pre-decided area of frequency that you can either boost the mids and boost the sides on, which is kind of cool. I'm not sure if it relates to this EQ at the top here or what that band is, but we'll take a listen and we'll see how it sounds. That's one of the cool things about this plugin. It's giving you a lot of options, but it's taking away a lot of sort of like the detail and stuff. So it's more just about the vibe and how like Noam's mastering process is. This is obviously something that he's worked out and that he likes, and these are the settings that he likes to use. So it's like it's giving you a lot of options but simplifying it, you know, which I think is nice for mastering. You know, sometimes when you have too much going on, it's easy to overcook the master, too many options. And then here we have this DS section. Don't take that in a literal sense of like DSing, obviously you can, but it's more about just like those high end frequencies that can pop out in a master. This is going to give you a little bit of DS like compressing, just to sort of like control those frequencies. So for me personally, like I find like around 13K, there's this like harsh noises sometimes that come in. So sometimes I like to do a little bit of EQ or DSing on that. We'll see how that sounds. And then you have a clipper, which is obviously just going to like overall bring up the volume. and give you that kind of clipping. You don't have any kind of controls for that. So obviously we'll see how that sounds. And then finally you have an output gain so you can kind of drive it. So, I mean, let's just have a listen. I've got a record loaded up here. So we'll just get like a little section of the song going and we'll start playing around with it. So I'll engage these cuts. I believe that's on. Obviously on the mastering chain, there's no other plugins on. I have got another version of this on. I'll play this to you quickly now. This is an A/B, so this is what I kind of like played with when I first loaded up the plugin and got it to some settings that I liked. So I'll give you an A/B of how it sounds like now, so you know you can hear it at this point in the video. So this is with it off. Was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why I was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Savages plenty, plenty. I was never the type to be worried. I don't need green light to move. I'm from my father, that's how it. So you can hear quite a lot of saturation and stuff in there, and it's really driving it. I actually quite like how this sounds. Just disclaimer before we go in. And then this is like with the auto gain, so we're not you're not hearing like a bunch of extra volume, giving you a bit more of a transparent idea of exactly what the plugin sounds like and what it's doing. On. Was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why I was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Okay, cool. So that was sort of like, you know, a little Blue Peter moment. Here's one I made earlier. But let's actually just start using the plugin so you can see like a breakdown of each different section and what it's doing. So obviously here we have these filters engaged. And then we can change the steepness of it, so how much that filter is letting through. And that's kind of like a personal preference of what you feel like it needs to cut through and what you're comfortable getting rid of, or if anything you can obviously just turn them off. So we'll engage them. Was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why I was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Savages plenty, plenty. And then let's have a look at this saturation. So everything flat, so it's going to saturate the whole frequency span. Was worried. Starts off clean, so let's go all the way hot and just start saturating it. Was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. So straight away, obviously, you put that at hot, that's ramping it. So say like 30%, 30 on the saturation, and then let's pull it back. Was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why I was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Savages plenty, plenty. I was never the type to be worried. I don't need green light to move. It's very, very extreme. I'm just gonna cut a bit from like 100. Let's keep the subs a bit more like. Was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why I was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Savages plenty, plenty. I was never the type to be worried. I don't need green light to move. I'm from my father, that's how it do. You wake up and do what you do when you get your. Does sound nice though, but it's very extreme. You can really get some like crazy saturation going there. Was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Too many savages in my story. Okay, nice. And let's have a look at these shelves on the EQ. So let's just give it a little bit more body. Was worried. So me, I come to write. Gives you a bit more of an accurate read of like how much you're boosting up here, which is nice. So obviously here that's 2 dB, but this is going to give us exactly what our read is. Was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why I was worried. So me, I come to write in my story. Savages play.
your move. I don't need green light to move. I'm from my father, that's how we do. You wake up and do what you do. You get your.
That sounds nice. Let's see what the top end sounds like.
Like the man them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Savages plenty, plenty. I was never the type to be worried. I don't need green light to move. I'm from my father.
I like that a lot. That's a very clean boost on the low end, and it's very bright and colourful at the top.
Like the man them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Too many savages in my story.
And then there's mids, so boosting some of the mids.
Like the man them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried.
So it feels like quite a wide band, but that's definitely bringing out the kick and making the kick a bit more directional, which is nice.
Like the man them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Savages plenty, plenty.
So they're, from my ears, they sound like they're preset bands, sort of like standard, where you would expect sort of like to be boosting the sides on a master and the mids on a master. So you're not getting a lot of like control there, but the frequencies that they're picking do sound nice.
Like the man them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why them
Just
was
those
worried.
like top ends,
So me I
you
come
can
the
kind of hear it, especially after we've done some boosting here. So let's just see if we can get a bit.
Like the man them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Too many savages in my story.
Here we have our gain reduction meter here.
Like the man them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why them was worried.
And then the clipper, as I said, is just the one on and off. So let's just hear what it sounds like.
Like the man them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Savages plenty, plenty. I was never the type to be worried. I don't need green light to move. I'm from my father, that's how we do.
Okay, I mean, that's cool. I love the saturation. That's great. A lot of control. I do really like what this EQ band's doing. Very simplistic, but you know, giving you just what you need to really sculpt it. I'm a fan of a little bit more control with a clipper. I like to really like mess with my clipping, but it sounds nice. It's not destroying the mix. It's subtle, and obviously it's going to give you that bit of extra body and volume. If this is like going to be like independent on my master chain, no, but definitely would use it sort of like final staging, then maybe with a limiter underneath, and I would probably use a different clipper, but purely on the basis that I just like to have a bit of control on it. But yeah, it would I could definitely see this sitting in my master chain. So let's just A/B what we've done here. Let's turn oversampling on as well and hear what the difference is with that actually before we do that.
Like the man them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Savages plenty, plenty. I was never the type to be worried.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's definitely adding a bit of detail, a bit of hi-fi to it, I guess. Now let's A/B what we've done and have a little listen.
Like the man them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Too many savages in my story. I was never the type to be worried. I lied and why them was worried. So me I come the right to my story. Savages plenty, plenty. I was never the type to be worried. I don't need green light to move. I'm from my father.
Okay, I mean, you know what? I really like it. It sounds really good. Those subtle things just adding up over the course. It's doing all the right things that you would sort of want to do with a mastering chain. And I guess, you know, a great thing about this plugin, if you're not like fully clued up into the world of mastering, this is a great place to begin. It's giving you sort of like the mindset and the tools that you would be using and the style of EQ. and the type of techniques that you might be using. But, you know, even if you are a bit more sort of like clued up with it and you sort of know what you like, this does sound really great as well. I could totally see myself using this a bit more in the future, especially the saturation. And I do definitely like the EQ bands as well. Great plugin, sounds great. I mean, I've heard some of Noam's masters in the past and they always sound amazing. So well worth being able to get into his mind and using his process and his system that he actually uses. Very cool concept having this one-of-one mastering console that we're able to sort of use now as a plugin. Yeah, I recommend it. I think it's a good plugin. It's up for a pretty good price as well. Safria Pedals plugins are always decently priced. I'll have it linked below. So shout out to Safria Pedals, shout out to Noam. Let me know in the comments below if you check it out and let me know what you think. And then on that note, I will catch you guys in the next video. Safe. Boom.